Semphis not been stabbed or betrayed. But make note of this. They've gone for 4 armor buys on the 51 side. And, in fact, Miniker as well also gone. No, he's still holding on to that P2000. My apologies. He did go for 5.7. I was going to say that's not statistically or mathematically possible. Whereas on the Cloud9 side, they've only gone armor on 3 people. That's nothing, Semphis and Shazam. And already Sean Gears is going to get spotted and taken down to a very low 20 HP as Irakanji playing inside lockers fires away at him through the window, catching him on the way by. And Semphis on to 61 now as well. Shazam, though, dinks up. Who was that? That's Arya down to 13 HP already. So damage going out both ways, but it looks like they are going to finally focus onto the lower bomb site. There is still one coming through Squeaky. Actually, they're going to bust out the vents and go back to upper. Caught them out off guard there as Summit and Jay Mitchell both go down. Jay Mitchell at least managed to get Sean Gears, but now the bomb will get planted. Shroud's going to take down Irakanji, and Miniker with Arya are all that remains, and Miniker dies in heaven just as quickly as Arya dies coming through Mini, and that's going to make it 1-0 Cloud9 T-side.
Yeah, nigh on a flawless victory from Cloud9. Honestly, Area51, the timing was almost there that they hit their rotations perfectly. You saw Irakanji and Arya, if they had just been, 3 or 4 seconds faster on that upper rotate, they would have popped out events. They caught a few of those Cloud9 players in the back. Unfortunately, timing was perfect there for Cloud9. They took upper with very limited resistance and were able to catch a rotate so that they were able to, without being able to draw their guns. So 1-0 in favor of Cloud9. They took the pistol. I called that as well.
You did. You are, I'll give you credit, you are a bit of a genius. Nothing is going to get boosted up outside. Summit, though, meanwhile, pushes through, catches out Semphis. Now they're going to push through Squeaky as well. Sean Gears can't find the kill. Does manage to pick up 2 before dropping down as Arya comes through on ramp. So a very aggressive eco round from Area 51. If Auto Director would
This is dangerous for Cloud9 right here.
It is. It's only Arya and, well, Summit, never mind, still alive on 3 HP. The overlay throwing me off there, as always. He does actually have that Galil as well. Arya's picked up that MP7. And you're right, they could do something with this. They've also gone for AKs on Cloud9's side, so they've got to hold on to these guns no matter what, or things are going to get a little bit harder to deal with, as Arya pushing all the way through to T-Roof.
Yeah, he has all the information he needs right now. I'm not sure why 51 isn't rotating to lower yet. He knows they're not coming upper right now. Summit is the only one standing in upper, and Irakanji is still at ramp.
Irakanji is slowly going to work his way down there now, though, but Summit, with 3 HP, is going to drop inside those vents. He was spotted up, though. They had one player lurking back toward Mini. Shroud's going to get Summit. There it is. Arya down to Shazam as well, so Irakanji now takes down Shroud to put himself in at least in a 1v2, but he does not have a gun to work with. He was not one of the lucky ones, and that nade from Shazam will catch out onto him and make it 2-0 now already.
That's a tough spot for Cloud9. Losing 2 guys early, you know they have at least 1 or 2 guns in hand, and obviously they worked towards lower, and they were able to get there with virtually no resistance, but you think about it, if Area 51 had relayed the information to Irakanji to rotate lower, maybe hide behind the bomb site, stop a plant, there was 12 seconds left in that clock in that round. If they had even been able to put up a little bit of resistance, Cloud9 would have been planning with no time left, and probably after suffering some losses, so by the skin of their teeth, they do take the second round there, and now we're heading into the 3rd eco here for Area 51.
And we'll see how they choose to play it. They're bouncing nades off just to check the corner. Shazam, nice shot as he catches out Arya. By the way, he saved the pistol, so naturally you would expect an AWP to come out onto him. And Sean Gears still waiting it out inside hut. Will come through to upper, or at least look for anyone rotating around, as the rest of his teammates do focus their attentions lower. And there it is. Sean does spot up Jay Mitchell as he goes through, so he waits patiently and he finds the kill. Second player dropping over top of Twinkie. I'm not sure who that was outside. Looks like it was Shroud, so he'll come through Mini as well. But Irakanji smoked off in control room, can't do anything to prevent the bomb plant or even try and do some damage. Nothing's going to catch out Summit. Summit did get 1 before that, so at least he got an entry kill, and nothing will turn his attentions toward Irakanji, and with the Glock get the headshot. So now they're up to that 3-0 score. We will go on to a gun round, and Shazam should have his AWP. Yeah, he will easily. 9,400 in the bank.
Yeah, and this is the first real test for Cloud9. I mean, they're coming up against a CT side that probably isn't too well refined. But frankly, as a terrorist on this map, at the invite level, you never really... You still have that slight hesitation when you're moving to the first gun round. Let's just say that, because you don't really have a real feel for the way the counter-terrorists have played. Even if you won the pistol, you haven't gotten a good look at it yet. This round is all about gaining information for Cloud9, finding out where the opera is. If there is an opera, how can they defeat him? You know, Semphis getting caught out by Summit there, and the rest of this round is just down to getting an entry somewhere and then taking a bomb site. And I think Cloud9 shouldn't be worried about it if they lose it, but definitely first round is very important to get a read on the other team.
Interesting the way they chose to play the angle of the op as well. Shazam's kind of been rotating, looking through the hut, in through the window and out toward Mini, and now he's focused a little bit toward Ramp, but then that also meant they didn't pick him outside, so they sent both Shroud and Nothing out there to find a pick. So they committed 2 men to outside where you'd normally see the op and left it inside. Just surprising. Summit, nice pick as he catches out Sean Gares through the door into the hut. So they both tried to play the angle, and only one will come out victorious. Shazam, though, there he is on the board, gets Arya, but Irakanji waiting in the corner. He didn't even peek it when he came through. Does get the shot onto him, so AWP already down, and Cloud9 are 2 men down in the round as Jay Mitchell now still just sitting up toward Squeaky Door, is going to look toward Nothing, who should come through the hut. He will smoke it off. Didn't get it through, but he actually, okay, put it in the corner. That's by design because it tries to cover him off on the door, but it's not going to be enough, and the bomb goes down as Jay Mitchell did wait patiently. And now Shroud, the only one left, comes up, does spot out Jay Mitchell. Nice shot on the flick, but here Kanji right there, pardon me, Miniker right there to put him down. So 3-1, they get on the board in the first gun, and they knock out that op from Shazam early on.
Right, and that's one hell of a shot out of Shroud. A nice attempt there. Stuck in a 1-on-3. You got to do what you can to remove the guns out of the CT side. And this is all about, I mean, just as it is with every map, okay? You're the terrorist, you won the pistol. This is a very dangerous spot for a CT. You just won your first gun round. This is probably the most important round of the match. And I say that because as a CT on Nuke, if you don't build your bank, if you don't string rounds together, you're in for a bad time. You can't afford to be ecoing on CT side Nuke, and that is just what will happen if they lose this round here to Cloud9. So moving forward, I mean, take away this round for me, but just keep an eye on for how Cloud9 plays this. And there it is.
Shazam gets the first one. Nice shot there. And now Sempis will go ahead and take over the duties of pushing up a little bit further as that smoke has gone out on Big Garage, and they are still lurking in that direction. You're right. They've got the opportunity. They've got the early pick, and now they'll work into secret, so outside control. I'll come back and get your thoughts on that. We didn't really discuss it, but oh, I take that back. I thought on the overlay they'd gone to secret, but they'd gone to Big Garage, and Irakanji manages to catch out Shroud to even things up, but then Sempis gets Irakanji, and now Nothing with the AWP, picking that up, is going to go ahead and get that shot. Did he pick that AWP up and then throw it back? I'm confused.
I don't believe so. I did not have the camera on him, but right now, this is kind of all on Summit, and he does pick up the kill on a Sempis. Now it's a 2-on-3. If Jamie can hold on to upper, there's one kill on a Sean Garrett. Summit picking 1 on Nothing, and now it's a 1-on-1 against Shazam. My gosh, how quickly that round can change if you're not clearing your corners as a terrorist. Summit knows he has the bomb right there in front of him. 20 seconds left of the clock, and he does pick up the kill on Shazam. That is a critical 1v1 to win. Props to Summit. That is a hell of a round, picking up a 3K and the 1v1. And that is a perfect round for Area51 because now C9, you know, if you hit tab, a whole lot of money on the board for them. They're going to be forced to eco, and now Area51 can start to build that bank and turn this into a respectable CT side.
Yeah, really well played right there. And, yeah, so huge clutch coming out for Summit. Breaks the bank. Cloud9 back to the pistols. Summit, Mr. Famous, getting on the board, leading the way, 7 frags already. And I have to say, a lot of people didn't give him a whole lot of credit when he played with Exertus a few seasons ago. The best match I saw him play, I thought he played fine, don't get me wrong. The best match that I saw him play out of all that season was on Nuke. He played phenomenal on Nuke, so a good Nuke player Summit is, and already showing that off. And back to pistols, like I say, Cloud9 going to try and make something of this. Spread out a little bit, Nothing outside, trying to wait for anyone that gets careless or rotates around. The rest of them focusing toward ramp, but Arya's there, and Arya's going to get Sempis. That's one. Irakanji now getting Sean Gares. Making things start off well for Area51 as the pistols not able to find anything in return, although Arya down to 32, but doesn't matter. Miniker's going to take down Shazam now with that grenade, and Miniker on his way back on the rotation catches Nothing, flanking around outside as well.
All right, I don't want to get ahead of myself as far as like the predictions go. We can forget about my stupid joke pregame prediction, but seriously, Area51, if they build a bank here and are able to string more of these rounds together and pick up 9 or 10 rounds in this half, this could actually be scary for Cloud9, because from what I've seen so far, Area51 is hot right now. These guys are hitting their shots, and they're making it tough for Cloud9 to get entries anywhere, and that is, it might be a late game. This might all come down to Shazam's entries outside with the op, but we'll see now. Got an upper rush from Cloud9.
And they are going to try and get inside the site, but immediately get shut down as Irakanji gets one. Jay Mitchell's on the board with a nade as well as he picks up off the back of the damage of his teammate. And then Miniker with the double, taking down both Shazam and Semphis. So 4-3, 4 straight rounds. They take the lead, and quite clearly that'll start putting money bonuses toward the way of Cloud9, and they might have to start taking advantage of those.
Yeah, I mean, if we work into the bonus for Cloud9, that's you kind of expect that when you're planning your T sides. Is you probably have some set eco rounds that you're going to run here against Area51, try and get a bomb plant. But moving forward, I mean, Area51, like I said, hitting their shots, and it's going to be tough to even get that far.
We'll see how they pull it right now. So again, back to pistols. Deagle for Semphis, interestingly enough. But Irakanji from Lockers is going to find Shazam already, and Semphis is down as Miniker finds him. So the short op, the small op, the single-handed op, it doesn't do anything. But Shroud now is going to do something as he catches out Miniker. Nice shot with that P250 over top onto Heaven as he comes around from CT Red, and now they're going to try and push. Nothing already working up toward that spawn. Does spot up Irakanji. Can't find him, though, and Irakanji gets the kill. Showing off that he wasn't too pleased with his aim as he windmills the gun around. But now Sean Gares finds him. That bomb's down, by the way, back towards CT. And Sean Gares is also going to get Arya. But watch out because Summit's on the rotation, and Summit's back on the board. The first player into the double digits. 10-3 now for him. Shazam, by the way, at 8, even though they haven't won too many rounds lately.
If you had to pick your poison as a terrorist, if you're going to lose the round anyway, you know, if you're just going to all die and you're going to get a bomb plant, or if you're going to get a bunch of kills on the board, you have to pick one of the two as a best-case scenario, and that was the best-case scenario. Sean Gares picking 2 P250 frags up right at the end of the round all by himself, and that is, you know, preventing CTs from mounting too much of a budget, and that bankroll will continue to climb the more rounds they win, but if you can shave that down and make every single one of these rounds count, someday you're going to break their money as a terrorist. So we're going to see whether or not Shazam can get an entry outside, and watch as Cloud9 takes some sort of outside control.
That's what they're attempting to do, again, with 4 players out there. Irakanji, though, rotating into the secret stairs, will be the first to spot them up, but Shazam's looking. Oh, doesn't matter where Shazam's looking when Irakanji shoots like that now, does it? Takes him down on T-Red, so that's going to put them 1 man up already in the round, and Cloud9 is going to have to readdress the situation as they've smoked off onto secret now to keep Irakanji in control, because with aim like that, he's going to be a threat. He's already a threat again as he pops up, pushes through the smoke. Doesn't matter what they do to shut him down. He picks up 2 more. A Shroud nothing drop now as well. So Semphis finally puts him down, finally puts him to sleep, and that's going to make them back into a 4-on-2, but not a lot of HP to work with. And Miniker finds Semphis. Sean Gares will eventually pick up Summit, but he's still not got lots to work with only 10 HP, and Jay Mitchell makes easy work of him from inside the upper site. 6-3. They've doubled up on Cloud9. They do have that money bonus full in effect, though.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt Cloud9 because the way this team plays, and there it is, they love to force their buys and they love to push their money as far as it'll go before they have 0. And we have a little bit of a broken buy. I guess my HUD's glitched a little bit, but I'm actually pretty sure a lot of these guys just have nades. Maybe not.
I've got full armor on all 4 except Shazam, who only has chest, no head, and no nades.
Okay,
so it's
that's
a
what
full
I'm
buy for everyone except Shazam.
Well, that said, no op in Shazam's hands, and the CTs are mounting money. That means every time you get a chance, like right now, to get an AK in your hands as a Cloud9 player, you gotta make some magic happen.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about in the last time we saw Cloud9 on Nuke on Thursday. They just couldn't get the op out. Mind you, that was on CT side more so, but they couldn't get Shazam online with it. Nothing gets Irakanji, so at least they start off right in this particular round. And they're going to work lower, but Arya playing rather aggressive on the corner there as he uses the smoke to catch them off guard. Does get 2 kills now as he picks up Shroud as well, so he's doing great work. And a third now onto Semphis as he falls back into the site and holding on to B like he owns it, and now he's got to hold on to Sean Gares, and both nothing as they wrap around the corners of the garage. Nothing, or pardon me, Sean Gares, that is, picks up Miniker, and he actually takes down Arya in the end, so they even themselves back into a 2-on-2. But they still don't have a whole lot to work with as they both committed to a rotation, and nothing with that bomb. Has to decide if they push through and try and actually I take it back. Jay Mitchell's gone back up the ladder. So quick they are to rotate on Nuke, it even catches me off. And that means that they have to decide if they are going to continue downstairs. It looks like they will. They flash off into our control room, but Summit through the doors catches Sean Gares. Again, he's playing so well, and now Jay Mitchell will peek nothing with the advantage on the shot. Just barely gets it, though. Whiffs on a few bullets, down to 2 HP. Still with the bomb to work with, though, and Summit's on his horse to try and get up the ladder. It's a shadow of a bullet for either of them. 7 HP versus 2. Honestly, if you just say the other person's name in the wrong tone, it will result in a kill, and Summit through the hut, a wall bang on nothing. That's going to do it. He'll get the round, and how many clutches is that for him? The defuse goes for him as well. 7 now on the board for Area 51.
The brain on Summit is huge right now. Honestly, I could see it in Nothing's eyes. He watches his teammate Sean Gares die on the ramp, and he moves up slowly, not making a single sound. Didn't try and trade the frag. Was like, I'm going vents. I'm going to kill the guy that drops. I'm going to play an upper. I'm going to win the easiest 1v1 ever. 7 HP on Summit. Coming up the vent, just spams, wall bangs the heck out of the side of that hut, and Nothing probably left speechless. That is a great play from Summit, and you know, a great way to seal that round off. Now we have 7-3 scoreline. Rounds are beginning to slip away from Cloud9, and opportunities do so as well. So this is a big round. They have AKs on hand for all 5 of them.
Oh, a shot by Miniker that comes up a little bit light, but he does get Shazam, and he also has the information that all of them are outside, and Irakanji's going to pop out on that that invitation and try and spam away through that smoke. Didn't do a lot of damage, though. Only got 1 shot into nothing, and it was only for 24 damage at that, so they've got an inside secret. We'll see if they can play with it. Back to your point, though, they did get the pistol round and got that 3-round burst of momentum and I guess money at the start that makes it a little bit easier. What's your magic number on Nuke? What do they need? They've already got 3, 4, 5. Is that enough?
3 is enough if you have a very solid CT side and you're confident in it. But the bigger player here, it's not about number of rounds won, because, you know, I think everyone in this game that has been around for a while has seen greater comebacks come, but this is actually, I'm going to take this away, man. This might be an interesting retake.
This retake could be really interesting. They do have the man advantage. Nothing drops them down, but Jay Mitchell trades it right back, but you can't stop Shroud. Back in the back of the site. Will take down 2 on ramp, and now Jay Mitchell takes Memphis, so they do knock it down to a 1-on-1. Shroud already on that 3K, trying to make it a 4. That bomb still continues to tick, but Jay Mitchell with the USP gets the headshot, and with the kit will get the easy defuse. So closest Cloud9 has come in the last few rounds, but still not able to come away with it.
Wow, Shroud, heck of an effort, picking up 3 kills there on that lower site hold. Man, you gotta hand it to him. 51 is playing some tight CS right now. It's really just, you know, not a whole lot of missed shots. We did see a JDM whiff on Miniker there at the beginning of the round, but he cleaned it up, picked up another kill, stayed alive, and that's huge as an opera playing outside. But as I was saying, you know, if you only have 3 rounds and your 3 rounds are from the pistol, moving into a CT side half, you don't have momentum at your back. You know, the wind is not in your sails. You're playing flat, and you're obviously not hitting. You're not making the clutches count, and this is what it's looking like moving into Cloud9. If this is a 12-3 scoreline, this could somehow, some way, be Area 51's game, especially if the pistol goes over. So you need pistol coming into CT side. Shazam opening one on the Miniker. Sean Gares on Irakanji, and now it's a 4-on-3. This is a huge round for Cloud9.
Yeah, they've got it started off beautifully, and they've got some map positioning as well as they've controlled outer, but Summit's going to try and claw back into that as he comes up secret, so he should be able to split them in half right now. They've gone beyond, and now they'll get pinched as Arya is going to come up the ramp. So map control given, map control gained, map control immediately taken away on only 1 kill. And it's surprising they've committed to this, but Semphis pops up. Hello, Mr. Jay Mitchell. He was looking there as if he might have been expecting it, but they still get the better of him. And now Shroud takes down Summit, so it's all on Arya. He will go up into heaven. He will take down Semphis, but that bomb's still lower. He's looking for another one. Not going to matter. Shroud's going to get the kill. So 8-4. There's 1 more for Cloud9 to work with. That does reset the money, though.
Finally, the Cloud9 team is denied a clutch going in another way, in the way of Area 51's favor. And honestly, okay, something that I noticed that round that would absolutely boggle my mind as a player, and it has in the past, is you're playing Heaven, right? And you know they're boosting into Heaven from outside. There's not a whole lot of definitive ways you can play that. I don't think anyone in their entire serious career gets enough experience playing against that to know exactly what to do. But clearly whatever Jay Mitchell did there was wrong. He was totally surprised when, I believe it was Nothing, peeked around the corner from the outside roof into Heaven, and that opened up the upper bomb site for Cloud9. And that's just, If you give them complete outside control, that is the one thing you can't have happen. You cannot give up heaven. You cannot give up those rafters and allow them to just, take the bomb site swift as can be without any opposition.
Bit of a slower pace to this particular round. It's interesting to see Urakanji and the rest of the counter-terrorists, despite winning those 8 rounds in a row, having very little money to work with, and it just goes to show that even if you're losing rounds but you manage to get kills, you can damage the other team's chances going forward if you can get the guns out of them every time, and that's what they've done. But now they're going to get absolutely overwhelmed lower, but Aria again from that left side angle picks up a double on Shroud and nothing. Summit does get Sean Gares, but Semphis at least stopped Aria, but it's still the advantage for the CT team, and look at that, Urakanji only needs to see Z75 as he'll pick up 2, and they hold on beautifully to lower sight. I don't even know what you do there. Better flashes on the entry, perhaps?
Perhaps. I think just in general, you need to get those trades. You can't allow them to pick up 2 and 3 kills at a time because, the round may be going in your favor. You've played well so far. You've taken some map control, and you're about to take a bomb site. You can't allow the momentum to go back the other way and not get a refrag without them killing half your team first, because then it's a 3v3, and it's always going to favor counter-terrorists on this map when it comes to rotates if the numbers are even. So Cloud9 losing a tough one there, and these next 2 rounds, guys, this is it. Either you win the next gun round, or you're looking at 11-4 half, and you have to win pistol.
Urakanji lurking inside those secret stairs, will pick up nothing outside. Now he's looking for a second one on Sean Gares. Meanwhile, Summit did catch Semphis inside Mini, so they've done some damage and gotten some kills that will hold off the site and that push from outer. And watch out because Summit's still lurking, and as that smoke slowly dissolves, he picks up one more, make it 2 now as he catches Shazam, so a great start for him. 10-4, he still leads the way, by the way, 17 kills already. And what a way to start. By the way, these 2 teams last year, they played twice, went head-to-head. It was C9 both times, 16-1 on Train and 16-4 on Inferno. The reason I brought that up is because I was looking for a juicier stat. C9 isn't always the best online team, and this year, I think the competition's raised again with, you've got Mousebaz, now CLG, Liquid on there. Both of those teams could be potent and looking for a spot at LAN. I mean, C9 really has to perform all year long this time.
Yeah, I mean, they've always had this track record of not, here comes an upper rush. Maybe not,
sorry.
It's a fake at least. No, go ahead. But this has been a team, they did drop down vents and Aria just lost a gunfight to Shroud, that's huge.
Shazam's going to wait back inside the squeaky stairs as well as they've already pushed through, and now he's going to get Merniker on the rotation. Jay Mitchell, though, into Semphis, has an opportunity to drop down in the vents and try and cut them off inside the site. The bomb has gone down, so the post-plant 3-on-3 situation has been underway for about 10 seconds now as that bomb continues to tick. Jay Mitchell's trying to get in. Of course, there is one in Toxic. Nothing gets a double. Semphis goes down. Or pardon me, Summit goes down. Jay Mitchell and Urakanji drop as well as Shroud picks up the last kill. So that's going to do it for halftime number 1. Cloud9 do get 5 rounds, and they should have enough to work with. And sadly, I've been booted from the game at halftime. How unfortunate. So give me 1 second. I'll get back in there.
Yeah, I mean, this is 10-5 scoreline. You can't hate it. You honestly, I don't want to say it, but you can afford to lose pistol because you still have rounds to work with as a CT on nuke. It's possible. But 10-5 is comfortable for a terrorist leading into the second half. Move to that CT side where it's heavily favored. That was a heck of a round by C9. That was like a vent drop / ramp take, and they just won all their gunfights. That was Shroud making the opening onto Aria from across the map, more or less. And, as far as a player goes, you are confident going into your CT side. That could have ended up much worse for C9.
So halftime number 2 is underway. By the way, it was 10-1 apparently when Area51 played against Elevate, and then they lost the last 4 to finish 10-5 on Nuke against them. So get a little bit careless toward the later halves of their halves. The later halves of their halves.
Yeah, you could say that, but they also lost, I think, 3 different clutches, 2 or 3. And I don't care what map it is or what side you're on. If you don't win your clutches at least half the time, it's not going to be a close match. It's going to look like a landslide. It may have been a lot closer in your mind, but for anybody watching, that scoreline is the scoreline. And if it's 16-7 as opposed to a 16-11 because you lost 4 clutches, well, then that just means you need to work on your individual skill, and that
this
is not
round though looking good, but it turns back though. And there they do close it out. Shazam and Shroud get it in the end. Semphis had a decent start, and Shroud with the 3K. So It looked like for a second Area 51 had found 2 kills to get back into it, though.
Right, but this is all going to come down to the first gun round. If Area 51 can open things up and actually break open the C9 side, they can take it. But losing the pistol as a terrorist going into the second half, that just means every single round is a grind. And, you know, you need to get your entries and you need to take sites and you need to just play as a team. Bottom line.
Outside they will go again for Area 51. Shots onto Shazam, and they will get him down as Irakanji picks that one up all the way back toward T-Red with that P250. So a nice shot indeed. Cloud9 already after the start. They wanted in the half, but not necessarily in this round. Clarion's out, 3 of them to work with. Shroud holding on to the M4. Irakanji already going for that plant. He will actually get it. Pardon me, that's Miniker. I always do that between those two. But he will get it in that smoke, and nothing couldn't find the shot he was looking for. That smoke's still there, though, if he wanted to just go ahead and try and jump on it. And I think he's going to do that. No kit to work with. Knows Miniker's right in front of him. He heard that door open. He'll push through and get the kill. And that'll drop them all down. So, quick round, quick work. It started off a little bit shaky. The important part to note is that Area 51 did get a bomb plant, so potentially they could force something out in this next round if they wanted to. Although, as I say that, I look and they're just slightly under the 4K mark, so I don't think they will.
You don't think they will, but they'll surprise you somehow. Some way, they will. Wait for it. Caster's Curse incoming? No. Looks like they're electing this.
Oh, it did! Oh, almost on the dot. Are you kidding me?
I love that I began that little spiel right as I reconnected. I wouldn't have seen it otherwise. I wasn't able to get in game, but that is funny.
It didn't come out until after you gave up on it.
I know. Right then. Caster's Curse in full effect.
Jeez Louise with cheese. They get the AKs out, so that bomb plant making all the difference. And the little things you can do as a player. Killing anyone you possibly can. Don't just throw the talent on any given round. Keep the economy in your favor. Getting bombs down even when you're down and out of it. Even if it means desperately faking and back and forth as the only player left and finding something. It all adds up, and it adds up to an earlier gun round than might otherwise have been if they had not. So we will see them all out. In
I was waiting for where you were going with that.
Yeah, well, there you go. I get there eventually, don't I?
It all adds up to something. It definitely does.
It does.
Shazam's
going to catch Arya. Shazam catches Arya. By the way, the advantage actually goes the way of the terrorists, where they go to full rifles, and they haven't fully upgraded on that CT side, but Shazam doesn't care. He's going to get 2 with that from Moss, make it 3. They haven't done anything to stop him, and Jay Mitchell should go down as well, as he's got 13 HP, so Shazam having his way with them out there, and Miniker, the only one left, back toward Twinkie, trying to jump up, fails it the first time, and I think he'll give up on it. And are they chasing? Who's going to get it? It looks like nothing. Oh, nothing robs Shazam. How rude. Takes away his ace.
Unfortunate for Shazam. I would be probably mid-chokehold on nothing right now if he had done that to me, but that is just the way it is in Counter-Strike. Nothing getting that last frag. Alright, so I apologize for cutting you off in the middle of that last round, but let me just say something right now.
You don't have to
If
do that.
you are a terrorist on this map, Matt, and you have money to buy, and you know the other team has limited equipment, more or less. They have full nades. They have rifles to some extent, and Shroud just mowing them down. 3 kills for Shroud, 2 for nothing. Yeah, I can finish my point now. If you're if you're the strat caller for that team and you're on Nuke, I'm just gonna say this: I would take my trades early, not elect at all to go any form of outside whatsoever. Because think about it: you're taking long-range gunfights, and then what? You're gonna head down to lower. You're gonna go through mini. Not an open criticism of Area 51's decision, but you get crossfired from so many angles with these unconventional weapons. The FAMAS there at Secret, you saw that. C9 is obviously prepared for any sort of, mass movement, and it doesn't work to your... If you're not using the guns that you have in your hands, then what's the point? I don't know. Just food for thought. Mind if I take this round?
You can take this round, sir.
I would love a round. I would love a round. We have Miniker over here working ramp. We have several terrorists in the lobby. We have Irakanji up on the T roof, just patiently waiting for anybody coming in the outside flank from C9. He will not see anybody, and looks like Area 51 has full nades across the board. Might be working towards an upper take here as Shroud smokes off that upper hut. He's up there with Semphis, and it looks like they're just waiting patiently for any sort of intel that the Area 51 side will get him. And honestly, as a CT, this is exactly where you want to be, but the worry here is that you're going to be running out of some of your throws. Your nade count is going to be dwindling as you start re-smoking huts. Irakanji throwing those flashes up through upper, and the mollies come in, and the gunfights. It's all down to the individual plays as nothing picks up 1, 2, and 3 before falling to Irakanji. And now it's all on Miniker, who falls to Shazam, and clean sweep of an upper take. And that is kind of what I was getting at is if you wait till late in the round, right? And you have smokes already used, you've already flashed and peeked HUD a little bit to get intel, you're just left with your Molotovs, and the timing has to be perfect to stop a rush, and then you just have to have your individual battles without worrying about getting flashed or anything of that nature, and Cloud9 did that perfectly. You saw nothing there, dodging flashbangs, dropping a molly in HUD, and then he peeks it himself, picks up 3, pretty much shuts down the rush all by himself. And that's just impressive play from a veteran player.
Irakanji tried to go for the quick bunny hop to get up on Twinkie, fails it, nothing inside. Mini's going to catch Miniker, as that smoke did leave just enough of a gap for them to pick them off as they ran in towards Secret. Semphis is doing some damage out toward T-Red. That Summit he's got down to 14. Summit's gone a little bit quiet in this half, only picked up 1 so far, but of course they've dropped all 5 rounds as well, so not a lot to work with. Nothing, still holding that angle, gets another shot onto Arya, and now Irakanji, who's gone down towards Secret's going to turn back and try and do something, but he can't, as they will quickly throw out an incendiary grenade toward him. They smoke that off, though, but Semphis rotating around catches something. Pardon me, Summit. Freudian slip, perhaps, outside of the Mini, and now nothing is still wreaking havoc down below. They haven't shut him down. Finally, Irakanji does, but now he's got the company of Shroud as he drops down the vent, and he's going to try and nade out onto him, picking up that M4. He makes good work of it, but nothing more he can do as he goes upper, and Shazam with that Tech 9 makes quick work of him, and now Cloud9, 6 straight rounds, have the lead for the first time since the pistol round in the first half.
All right, here's where my caster bias is going to show like no other. I am all for underdogs, and Cloud9 has this match in their grasp. They have full control. They have money. They have counter-terror side. They have the lead. What could stop them? I'm just hoping for Area 51 to make this really interesting, bring it down to the wire, and I'm hoping for some more organized strats. It looks like they, well, here comes an upper rush right here. Irakanji through Squeaky. He's looking for the first kill. Shazam on the fast flank at Ramp, and Shroud picking up 2. Shazam picking up 1, and a second on the Arya, and it's like, as soon as Cloud9 is sniffing out those upper rushes, everybody's just, you know, sharks to blood, man, right up there, flanking immediately, picking up an op kill on somebody in the Squeaky room, and then a Tech 9 into somebody in HUD. I mean, either you got to execute faster through those mollies, or you got to find something else different to do as Area 51. You know, Miniker, he's got that op in hand again. He used that to his advantage against in the Elevate match when they beat Elevate. The Area 51 side relied really heavily on his entry frags and his picks across the map, and you know, now he's working against Shazam, somebody who probably is, you know, knows Miniker to some extent, knows how he plays. They probably have some sort of a rapport with one another, as most operas in Invite do, but you know, one of them has to make a play and open this map up for them. And so far it's been Shazam. You know, like you said there, working it outside some rounds, but oftentimes just soloing Ramp, and that's what we have right now.
Irakanji just nading that forward outside to sell that fake. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was saying Shazam actually is at Secret again, so it's actually Sean Garris is fighting them at Ramp, and that's some with 2 huge entry frags, man. That's beautiful. Yeah,
nice play by Summit. He's back into it. Of course, had a great first half, went a little bit quiet, but now they've got some guns out to work with, and he's done some good damage as they work toward Ramp, but Irakanji's not going to go with them. He's going to fall back into toward upper and see who he can find rotating and lurking around out of position, and nothing is the first one of those people to drop. We'll see if he can get more. Shroud goes down the vents, and that op shot doesn't connect, so Irakanji will rotate back around and join his teammates. They've still got bottom control. They've still got that bomb, but they haven't worked it in all the way, and in fact, oh, Shroud, never mind, gonna get caught out. Arya still inside the hut. Shazam, all that's left, he does have the AWP. These are the moments when Shazam can shine up close and personal. Those flick shots, and there's 2 of them already as he is on the board. He's got to do it the hard way, though, still 3 to go, and it would be an ace if he pulled it off. That bomb continues to tick, and I'm not sure it's gonna work in his advantage right now as Miniker is still there. Shazam trying to bait him out as he runs through the window. Nobody home, nobody daring come out and peek on him. He's gonna find another one on Summit. Can he do it? I'm not sure. He's going to try and ninja this, perhaps. Oh, no, unfortunately, Miniker spotted him, and Miniker gets the kill. Nice try. Good try to be clever. It would have been absolutely brilliant, but not to be fooled. Area 51 comes out with it.
Yeah, I mean, that was just too beautiful. I had, again, man, some rounds when some of these guys do incredible things, it has to be noted, auto director not always on point, but Summit getting both those entry frags at ramp, critical. I mean, to open that round up as hard as he did for Area 51, he's doing the job that Miniker should be doing with that op, and it pays off to get an entry frag as a terrorist in this map because it just causes over rotations from C9.
Did you not get it on auto director? Just curious.
I did not.
Oh,
yes.
I did. I was on auto director, so that's interesting.
It's possible I screwed it up myself.
Sorry, I just wanted to.
Anyway, moving forward, this is Area 51's moment right here as Miniker gets dropped by a beautiful frag from Shazam. To actually pick up a first round against C9, this is make or break. They got to win this round because their bank will be broken with no money bonus if they don't win this next one.
Oh, Summit doing some huge damage. I think that was Aria as they decided to go back up secret stairs, crossed over, and just caught that last bullet. Shazam's going to get a second one of the round. And here at Kanji as they readdress things toward Mini, but Jay Mitchell finally puts him down, not before he got Ari as well. Look at the Summit just lurking downstairs, catches nothing as he tries to pinch them out. And it's not going to go good for him, but Semper still holding that angle. Is going to get one, make it now two. Peeks out, takes down Jay Mitchell. Good reactions, good aim, good kills. 3 rounds from the GG, but it's still close. They've already gone by my 16-11 prediction, so you're still in there with a shout.
Well, Rotoderp's in chat, and he's wringing his hands together with an evil, cackling voice as Cloud9 seeks to close us out 16-11, so I'm sure he's laughing somewhere. But frankly, this is a bad position for 51. If they got a bomb plant here, that'd be huge moving into these last few rounds, because you're really not going to break C9's money. You got 13K on Sean Garris, 10 on Semphis, and it's just going to get bigger after this eco round here. Summit picking up one, and that's Jay Mitchell another. This might be an opportunity to get a bomb plant and pick up a few of these guns here for this 51 side.
Nice shot by Shroud, though. He's always so good with the pre-aim, and he just fires away, catches out Arya as he runs by. And now there's only 2 51 players remaining. As Jay Mitchell and Summit try and claw back into Shazam, nothing in Shroud. All have full HP, it should be said. Nothing down below in control room is going to try and nade off. He's been hit down to 26, so they've at least pushed him out. And he's all by himself, technically. They could get that bomb, like you said, and get that planted. If they choose to, and nothing's going to work back up. That smoke, oh, just leaves enough of a gap, and he gets both of them quite easily at that. As Jay Mitchell and Summit drop down, 14-11. And now all they've got to do is close it out the easy way. They will go ahead and still buy this round, but it's getting a lot closer. That that money bonus was reset, but they won't have much left after this.
Yeah, this could be the match right here. They'll be forcing up in the last round if they don't win it. So Area 51 up against the ropes, and like I said, looks like it might just be 16-11. And a terrorist side on this map, if you're not getting the entry kills, if you're getting entried on, and you manage to take some form of a map control, and there's Arya on Shazam, that's a huge entry. So there you have it. You got an entry kill. Now they just need to finish the job. What I mean by that is, like, take a site, move with your team, get your trades, and respect the details. Obviously, that last round we saw nothing, peeking through a crack in a smoke, picking up 2 kills before the bomb was planted. And now we see Kanji and Semphis both trading frags, and suddenly this is a 3-on-3 with no bomb plant yet from the terrorists. Semphis moving down that ramp to take lower control, but Jay Mitchell, Arya, and Summit are all outside.
They're all outside, and ooh, Semphis throwing that nade out, going to catch out Jay Mitchell down to 53. As Semphis falls down back lower. Arya's going to get Shroud, though. Nothing pop flashing out of the vents. He's going to try and come up, but whew, a little bit confusing right there. Jay Mitchell tried to take a shot at his teammate before he finally clawed back into nothing. And they might have this round because it's all Semphis that's left. With 2 on the board already, he's got 3 players still ahead of him. We'll see if he can make magic happen.
Yeah, I mean,
from ramp.
You think about rotations in this map and where you need to be for your team. You think you have two mates in upper right now. 2 mates, whatever. 2 teammates in upper that are defending the bomb site, and suddenly they both die within an instant, and you're stuck alone in toxic room and lower. The only option really is to look for, well, there's an exit on a summit, and save your weapon, and that is exactly what's going to happen. Area 51 stays alive. 14-12, Rotodip, your prediction was incorrect, my friend. So 14-12, and now Area 51, not quite an opportunity to break any sort of money for C9, but some perhaps chance to build your own as you fight for life here, and you need to get 4 more rounds to seal a victory if you're Area 51, 2 if you're Cloud9. So a long uphill climb to go for Area 51, but C9...
It's always so elusive, too. When you're this close to the end, it always seems like there's a brief moment of tension when you can't get that 15th round. I see it so commonly.
Yeah, and especially if, like, okay, so the first half, we saw Area 51 consistently winning their clutches. Momentum was on their side. Now, as a terrorist, you can get momentum for a round or two. You can get some great entries, but it's so easy to over-peak, to misjudge, to get, outmaneuvered and crossfired as a terrorist. That suddenly, these rounds, they could break in an instant. Somehow your top fragger goes down and there's no one to trade with them, and the round is lost. And this is just waiting game, working through these smokes. So in a minute, you're going to find the fate of the match is going to last about 10 seconds long, probably an upper or ramp take out of this 51 side, as you see Summit moving up on ramp with the bomb. But, I mean, it can happen so fast. And just like that, the match might be lost. But like you said, 14 rounds, it's just like, you're right there. But it's not quite far enough.
It's not. And too many teams take it for advantage, it almost seems. And Sean Gears will take nothing for granted as he goes ahead with that auto sniper from ramp. And I was talking about this the other night. I think that now that Train isn't in the rotation for ESEA anymore, the new iteration is not going to be used in tournaments. I'll get back to that in a second here. Kanji is going to get nothing. That's going to stall things a bit for Cloud9. But Shroud and Sempus do good work. And now Shroud's got 2 more. As he gets Aria inside the hut window as well, and now it's all on Summit. And now they will have that 15th round. He does get Sean Gears for consolation, but it won't be enough. The point I was going to make is Train's not here anymore, so A3 down past Ivy and in toward that T-Con isn't an angle you can hold in competitive anymore, and therefore I think ramp with auto sniper is the best auto sniper spot in the game. I think even more so than the platform it does too.
Ivy? What?
When you were on Train, if you go from
you're talking
A3,
about Train.
I was comparing spots. I used to think that was the best auto sniper spot in the game. Now, without Train being in the rotation, I think it's back toward ramp where Sean was.
I'm not going to continue this thought because this is my passive-aggressive protest about removing Train from the rotation.
Okay, fair enough.
I love Overpass, man. I love it, but Train will
I
always
do like
always be my
Overpass a
favorite
lot.
map.
I agree with you. I think Bazar is a map that deserves consideration as well.
Stop it.
I'm not going to stop.
It now.
I can't stop. Won't stop. Started from the bottom, and now we're here. 15-12 is exactly where we are. Summit's going to go ahead and take down Sempus. So it's actually looking really good for Area 51, but
if Aria gets dually kills, you owe me a beer. Go ahead.
All right, I'm fine with that. That's a good deal for both of us, I think. So Aria, let's see exactly where he is just so we have note of it. Doesn't matter, he's down and out. That's where he is. Why am I not over there? Geez, Auto Director doesn't want to move us around tonight at all, and I apologize for that profusely. I give it the benefit of the doubt, and oftentimes I perhaps should consider otherwise. But they do take him down, and actually Cloud9 claws their way back in. They were 2 men down. They are now 1 man up. And this could be the match as Irakanji is going to sneak back up toward that ramp, and Sean Gears is looking toward him. Sean Gears knows he's there. Irakanji does get nothing, but Sean's still behind. We'll get an easy kill, and that's going to put us all on Summit. The famous streamer needs to do something remarkable to carve his name into the Season 18 of Counter-Strike right now, and it's not going to matter. Sean Gears closes out the match. That'll do it. It's going to be 16-12 in the end. A great game of Counter-Strike on both sides. There's no question there was some good performances from either team, but